First, guys, you guys are going to boil your water. I'm using two pots because I'm boiling potato and I'm boiling the codfish. So we're just going to put it to a boil. So now they are at a low boil. And we're just going to wait for them to boil. While we wait for them to boil, we are going to unpackage the codfish. Guys, this is the codfish. And codfish are usually at least a foot long. So this is the end of the codfish. So we're going to unpackage it. And we are just going to put this in the water. So guys, the codfish is in the water. We're just going to let it boil for 10 minutes so you can time it. But while we do that, we are going to prep to boil the potato. So generally, codfish is really salty. So we're going to time that for 10 minutes. So we're timing it for 10 minutes, and then after those 10 minutes are over, we are going to boil it another time for another 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, it all depends on how you want it, but for me, I'm only going to do like 10 minutes again. And then the third time when we boil it, we will boil it for 5 minutes. While the codfish is boiling, we're going to peel our potato and cut up our green peppers. You don't have to add green peppers in yours. It's honestly optional, but I like to, so yeah. You can see the codfish is boiling. We have like at least 5 more minutes for that to boil, and then we're gonna throw off the water. We're gonna throw off the water and get fresh water. But the potatoes are boiling now. Onion in the freezer for about 30 minutes before you start cooking, so it won't activate the chemicals that make you cry, because no one likes to cry. So what we're gonna do is cut this up while the rest of the codfish is boiling, and we have 3 minutes left on the codfish. You can taste test it to see if it's salty to you. If it's not salty, you don't have to boil it again for a third time. But since I only did a little bit of codfish, it's not going to be like it needs a lot of boiling. So I'm just going to boil it for like another 5 minutes again in cold water. And that will be it. My codfish is boiling for a third time. I'm only boiling it for 5 minutes at the same amount of heat. My potatoes are boiling. So guys, these are freshly off the stove, and what we're gonna do now is just mash them up. This part is completely optional, but you can crush up potatoes and mix it in the batter to hold it, to have it like, I'll give it a good hold. You don't have to do it, but for this one we are. For the third time, our codfish is coming to a boil. You guys are going to take your 1 cup of flour or a half a cup. I'm using a half a cup because I only have a little bit of codfish. It totally is up to you and how much codfish you make, but I only made a little bit, so therefore we're going to use a half cup. I have a cup of flour and a teaspoon of baking powder. So we're going to put these two in the bowl. Black pepper, just for a little seasoning. It's up to you. Is any like herbs you want, you can put into your codfish cake. So I'm just using thyme and dried thyme. And you can sprinkle 1 or 2 shakes. When you've mixed all of your dry ingredients, you are going to basically add in your wet ingredients, and this just makes a smoother mixture. So we're gonna add our peppers, onions, potato that we mashed up. It completely is up to you and how much codfish you make, but I'm only just going to use a cup of water, 1 cup of water, and I'm going to throw this 1 cup of water into my ingredients in my bowl. But before I pour it in, I'm going to add my codfish to the bowl. So now that I have this, I'm just going to mix this up first before I add in my water. You don't want to overmix, and then it would cause your batter to be tacky and chewy and tough. So just mix enough that your ingredients are all interlocked with each other.